You know the best thing about life? I wrote this song one time that said, "You might forget again, just keep flying." You know, we forget who we are all the time. We forget that we're a reflection of the Most High. Not only a reflection, but that the kingdom of God dwells within us. And we have every opportunity right now in this moment to stay consistent with that. Even if things show up that you don't like, it's like you have to pick and choose who you are. You have to choose to be everything that you want to be, everything that you feel inside that you desire, right? And if you have a sense that you don't have what you want, that means that you're not living in the place of actually being who it is that you want to be. So, how do we actually do that? It's, simple, but not always easy. The simple part about it is you remain in the state and in the person that has what you want. And it's not that far out, guys. The way that I do it is by sitting down and closing my eyes. And I make time for this. I sit down and I close my eyes. And as I close my eyes, I allow whatever thoughts, whatever seeming resistance, whatever feelings might come up to come up. And as they come up, I allow them to be there. And I'm like, I see you. I give them love. I say, I appreciate you for the things that you think you're doing for me. But I also don't associate, like if I feel a tightness in my chest or a sinking in my stomach, I associate that with excitement now. I don't associate it with something's going wrong, something's bad, something's not happening the way I want it to be. Because we all get these physiological feelings that ooh, if I feel my chest tighten, that means something bad is happening. Like automatically your brain associates that with this is not what I want to be experiencing. But you have the power and you have the control to say what that actually is. So if you've been in a place where you're programmed over and over again to just be this feeling is so terrible. Every time I get this feeling, it just feels like crap. You are the one who is allowing that thought to run without any how do I say, you're allowing that thought to run without actually enforcing and executing the power that you have over it. So I think that that's a good example because you have the opportunity to, at that moment, and it takes practice, but at that moment, you feel the feeling and you hear the thoughts come after a little bit of practice, and you're like, oh, you know what? This is that same feeling. I can choose what I want to feel about it. But the cool thing is you can choose to feel neutral about it. You can choose to say, hey, this doesn't mean anything, or you can actually give it a meaning. I find it helpful to give it a meaning, and that's after becoming more neutral to it. Like, oh, okay, this feeling's up again. Let me at least not give into it, right? Step one, let me at least just not give into it and say, this means this. Let me just, okay, it is what it is. And then the next opportunity that it comes up, it's like, ooh, this feeling's here again. Okay, now that I've been able to just say oh, it doesn't mean anything, let me actually see if I can give it some meaning and have it mean something. And that's the coolest part is you have the control. And I smile because the reason I brought up the song at the beginning is I said, you might forget again, just keep flying. There has been a time in my life for about 2 years where I forgot what observing thoughts was really like. And maybe not 2 years, maybe just about a year or so, year and a half, somewhere around there. Where I'm like, girl, now I'm at the point again where it's like, girl, everything that you have come into communion with God with to obtain in your life came from how you chose to feel about things that were happening. And it's I totally forgot. I totally forgot about that. I totally was just allowing the world to tell me who I was instead of me telling the world who I am. And it says in the Bible, be not conformed to this world, but by the transforming and the renewing of your mind. It's renewing of your mind, but I say transforming as well. So remember this today. If you're coming across circumstances that you don't necessarily like, it's not up to you to ignore them or to say that they don't matter, because they do matter. And here's the cool thing: everything you think, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So if I'm saying, oh, these things don't matter, that's fine, but it's more powerful and more useful to you on this journey of getting things that you desire in your life. It's more useful to you to say, this thing is happening. How am I taking it? If my body is having a specific reaction to it, let me retrain my body, because the circumstances are going to continue to trigger your body, right? They're going to continue to make you feel a certain way. So it's like, okay, I could say this doesn't matter and that's fine, but why not give it some more power? You know, why not give it something more than just, it doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying? So the best part about living life is that you have the choice every day to live how you want. Remain in that state of being that you know you want to be experiencing. And you know that you're in the state of being because your thoughts match that state of being, right? Instead of like, oh, I wish I had this, it's like, oh, I'm so grateful I have this. You know what I mean? And you will get tested. And I've been back on this journey for about 10 days, 11 days now, right? After, like I said, a year or so of not being on it. Been back on this journey for 10 days. I was afraid of the testing 10 days ago, 5 days ago, 2 days ago, 1 day ago. I was afraid of the testing. I was like, oh man, I don't want to be tested. But because I went into myself and I said, you know what? I am able to pass every test I already have. Everything that I have is wonderful. I have such a beautiful life. I have such a beautiful life. Like, I live such a cool life, and I am a master at this stuff. I am so good at it. It's scary, right? Like, I'm so good at it that I scare myself sometimes, you know? And so running with that frame of thought allowed me to, in this test that I most recently got 15, 20 minutes ago, allowed me to be exposed to frames of thought, right? That I was not even looking for. I wasn't even looking for it. It was just frames of thought that confirmed to me that I was actually really good at it. And then I had the test come up to see how good I really am at it. And I'm really effing good at it, you know? So just keep living your life and know that the person that you are aspiring to be is already here. Like, you are her, you are him. And remain in the state of the thing that you want to be. It's not about the actual thing happening for you guys. It's never about what you actually want. It's about what you're gonna feel when you have it. And you can create that feeling right now, in this moment, in this time. Be blessed, stay prayed up, and I love you. Not as much as God loves you, but I love you very much.